Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Naka. It's Raining Games, and we're back with another episode of Skies for Arcadia Legends. In theory, I'm having trouble getting it to start here. Ah, there we go. Okay, it has been a little bit since we were supposed to have done our scheduled upload. That's on me. My time schedule has gone completely up in the air and is all a complete mess. I apologize for that. Alright. Right. I was looking for the last crew member, if I recall correctly. Because we found him. Got a collection of some of his finest weapons that you'll ever see. Yeah, we've already done all this. Captain, I'm a little tired right now. My youth is seeking me. If you return later when my strength returns, I shall forge it, but right, okay. Ah, a warrior who neglects his weapon is living on borrowed time. That is not the voice I gave him last time. Last time it was closer to like a George Takei, I think. I feel like her goods do... No, come on. Input delay. You're young, but you've come quite a man of the world. I simply cannot wait until you're a little more mature. But don't worry, come back and see me later. I'll make a real man. I don't want to. No, thank you. I feel like there's a part of her involvement I'm not remembering. But I'm going to continue on anyways. And worry about that in some off-screen time. Now, I did check up to see what that last crew member is, so I will take a look. And hopefully find it. Them. Up and away. So if I recall correctly, it stated it was in the northern Valuan area. That's a high mountain. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah! You have found the Sky Ladder. A Valuan legend states that before the age of airships and air balloons, the people of the ancient world over many years built a ladder from which they could see the entire world. What would the people of that era think of Valua's own armada? That's pretty cool. Oh, we already found this. Okay. So that's what that looks like from below. Oh no. Oh no! Ah! Malfunctions! Let's make sure everything's capturing still. Alright, I think we are good. Okay, no. I'm just gonna unplug that. Charging port problems. Gotta get fresh. Hello? I think I found it. Now, if I'm supposed to feel a rumble, I haven't been able to get it to work on this emulation. Which, again, emulating because it's just easier for higher resolution results. I actually have the original, and now a component converter. I just don't have an upscaler. Some sort of pot? What exactly is this thing, anyway? Some kind of power source, I think. Heh, who am I kidding? I have no idea what this thing does. Found it. Alright, now that is not why I'm here. Though it's a nice bonus. Ilkimus. I think that's how you say his name? Well, well, I never expected to get visitors way out here. My name is Ilkimus. I have come to this island to further my studies of various medicines. You're on this island alone to study? You're quite strange. You're probably right. I've been called strange ever since I was a child. I was always asking questions. Why does water float when it freezes? Why is the sky blue? But that calls to mind another question. What brings you to this island anyway? Would you like to join my crew? Actually, I would like to ask you to join my crew. We are in need of a doctor. I'm no doctor. I'm a chemist. I study medicines and such. I am very happy that you would like to take me along, but I am sorry I cannot travel with you. Why not? You said your name was Vise, correct? Ah, yes. What is it that you would like to talk about now? Nothing really. We were just exploring and decided to see what was on this island. Haha! I've been living on this island for nearly 10 years now, and you are the first visitors I've ever had. I have nothing to offer, but you're free to come visit any time you wish. It's nice to hear another voice every once in a while. Some sort of machine, whatever it is, it's moving. Maybe I shouldn't touch it. Alright. I'm gonna just sit here for a second and quickly look this up, because I'm not about to mess around with this. We're getting close to, like, getting up into, like, the last stretch. There's plenty. I think there's a solid chunk more game, but, like, there's not much more world left, as you can see with the map and all. There we go. The first time and immediately returning to his the spell. I think I have that spell. Turn to Delphinus. This is mildly annoying. So I would have had to just come back at random time to see if you'd join. Which is okay, I get it. It's part of the whole exploring thing. But it's taken this long just to get here. So, I don't know, maybe if there was a chance to visit him sooner. Oh, hello, Vise, was it? What brings you here again? Will you join my crew? I will ask you again. Will you join my crew? I was not planning to leave this island anytime soon. Well, in fact, I was once a nobleman of Valua. I threw all of that away in order to come here and pursue my studies. I have no intention of returning to the world. The only person I will leave this island to travel with is he who has a heart full of wisdom and love. When a man capable of casting the silver magic Rizlam? I think it's supposed to be Rizlam, like rising. Shows himself at my doorstep, I know that man is the one I will follow. Rizlam. Actually, we know that spell. What? You learned that incredibly difficult spell? I see, and that means that you have a heart full of wisdom and love. I've been waiting for people such as yourselves. Please, take me with you. I only hope that my research can be of some use to you. Hooray! Ilgimis has joined your crew as an artisan. Now, what do you do in the crew, I wonder? Nice, we've got them all. So, agreement, he will raise your ship's attack and defense for a short time. Agreement, he will raise your ship's attributes for a short period of time. I guess he just does attack and defense. He does all of them. I'm gonna go with him. Ah, eyeball is itchy. Yeah, I guess we're good. I can't remember. Does that unlock the final ability, or is that something that comes later? Dead. Spoilers. Don't worry about it. Now, where the heck am I going? Right, I was gonna go see about... Oh, right, the next story path thing is the, the whole sealed gate at that yellow thing. Alright, here we are. Yeah, it's right around here. I guess there's not much left of the map to explore. Apparently that's where a big hole is, if I recall. That's where they blasted a hole through this guy. No, wait, no, they did that over here. Is that just map I haven't looked at yet? I should zip over there and see what that is. Oh, there's so many things to find. Oh, right, I need to find that, oh my goodness, my big ass thumbs. And right. Okay, so I'm checking this out. Let's head westward. Whee! Get this figured out. Oh, why did the instructions have to be this? Looking up stuff about stuff. Streamlined stuff. I should have done this when I was off screen. Just chug away. Okay. Still going. Excuse me? That thing is ginormous. Wait, is it just gonna run away? Ah. Let's focus up and all that jazz.
Huh. No, it's not the worst, but it's not great.
So where did you go? You went down. Are you gonna pop back up? Aha! Can you hit me with rings again? I legit have no idea how to fight this thing. I just do not remember.
Let's find out.
Actually, yeah. Sure. And then focus up. I want plenty more energy for when this goes wrong. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to work very well as an attack, but hey. Just legit not sure what. Okay. I suppose we just have at it. That's our lot, huh? Yeah, I'd appreciate if you didn't do that too much.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
Almost got him. Yeah, wasn't sure that was gonna work. Oh, he's got to run away, is he? Please don't. Button punch. Let me guess. Runs away. Oh well. It got away. Knew it! Looks like if we do too much damage at once, it gets scared and runs away. Alright then, next time we'll just try damaging it little by little. Maybe that will work. Or alternatively, we hit it with a great big attack before it has a chance to run away. Do some nickel and dime damage to it, and then nail it before we go. Alright. I want to wait for it to appear again in the sky. Is that going to be a wild goose chase, or should I just reset? Ah, I hate doing that. I'm not... You know, no. Nope. This isn't a 100% run. As much as I'm kind of doing that, it's not a 100% run. I gotta just let it go. Oh, yeah, right. Hang on. Oh, so it is just parts of the map I haven't seen. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take another quick look for that Daikoku guy. Because he said he was somewhere flying around in the southern ice continent, which he's supposed to be Yafutomen. Oh, wait, did I go too far? Ah, God, it's navigating this is a pain in the bottom. Alright. This direction. Mostly just east. Yeah, mostly just east. But yeah, since he's Yafutomen, which likely means he's flying up or below, and I'm gonna bet he's above. Slash, I think I kind of remember that he's above. I remember him kind of being a pain in the butt to find. Well, if I don't find him on this pass, I'm gonna quickly go grab that moonfish, because I've figured out something I hadn't tried yet, and looking it up, I'm pretty sure I was correct in my thinking. Woo! You found the Tomb of Ice. A coffin of ice built by a father who could not bear his sorrow. The girl encased within the ice bears an expression almost resembling a smile. Etched into a tablet sealed within are the words, "My daughter, may your beauty be eternal." That is both very pretty and morbid in just very interesting ways. Wasn't expecting to find that. That was pretty cool. Also, the language used was the same as the one today, or do we just have somebody here who could translate it? Whoops. Alright, I am heading the correct direction. So yeah, I didn't try going underneath, where the city actually has a docking point, most likely. Because they built the city underneath. These are the things... Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Wait. Where can I dock? Let me dock! Found it. Entering the normal way as opposed to smashing through with my ship. Ooh, a moonberry! Up. Ha-ha! Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's much else for us to do here. Gonna go on a crazy limb and think that this... yeah, it just takes us over here. Which is cool and all, but legit does nothing for us. Look it up. Alright, let's do some moonfish delivery. Get some of those, discoveries cashed in. It's the same distance either way. How about that? Well, let's go south then. See if we can't spot any discoveries while we're up here. I do love the energetic music. It is good. Man, 2 mountain peaks that stuck up into the sky. And I searched them just because, like, hey, what do you know? Really high mountain. And 2 discoveries. That's just good design. That is fun. Where are we? We're just passing the wall. Ha! Whoa! You can't get up this high. Don't even lie about that. Whoop! Almost missed it. Dive! Dive! I know, our episodes have gotten real boring recently. Not that they were exciting in the first place.
Hi.
And feed a little critter, feed moonfish. This dialogue is exactly the same. Hey! Yeah, got the hairball. And so you can keep it, so generous. Marksman gun. Cool. Don't have a gun user.
Thank you.
Thank you for always bringing fish for me. Aww. You're a sweetie. Look how much Piccolo has grown. Whoa. And to think he used to be small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Tell me about it. Couldn't have thought that it would grow this big. Piccolo, let's go play over there. Over where? Chirp. Maria, be careful. If that big guy starts running around, this rickety old ship won't hold together long. I know. Piccolo, come on. Over here. I mean, it does float, so... I just wanted to thank you guys. Because of you and your crew, Maria has finally come out of her shell. She's become herself again. In return, well, that's a strange way to put it, but in return, I'll tell you the rest of my story. It's hard for me to talk about it, but if Maria can be strong enough to get over her past, I can't sit here and dwell on my past either. I guess I've finally become strong enough to realize that. Duh. Well, if you must know, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you of the tragedy that befell Ramirez. Yes, that would be delightful, thank you. Depend on a person too much and they will betray your trust sooner or later. Or so Galcian told Ramirez. Maybe that hit a little close to home. I don't know, but for whatever reason, Ramirez began to snoop around for information regarding Mendoza. And that's when he found out that Mendoza was using the Ixtacans as slaves for his own personal profit. He forced the Ixtacans to work a few extra hours here and there and pocketed all the extra moonstones that they found for himself. The shock of this discovery was almost too much for Ramirez to bear. He went directly to Admiral Mendoza and confronted him. My lord, is it true? Is it true about the moonstones and the Ixtatacan slaves? I won't lie to you, yes, it is true. But what's the problem? Is there something wrong with making money? With desiring wealth and power? You are forcing the Ixotakans to work grueling hours in inhumane conditions. My lord, you promised me, you told me that you would speak to Her Majesty in regards to the way the Ixotakans were being treated. You truly are naive, aren't you? And what exactly do you think would have happened if I did that? Her Majesty would find out about my little scheme, and I would basically be singing my own death warrant, signing my own death warrant. How could you lie to me like that? It is quite unfortunate that things had to turn out this way, Ramirez, and to think I thought of you as a son. Regardless, you have uncovered my plans and have left me with no choice. Guards, seize him! Everything, all that I have believed in. Ah! Sorry, I'm doing a stupid, deeper voice for him, but he has a weirdly deep voice in this. By the time I got there, it was already too late. The guards, even Admiral Mendoza, they had all fallen under Ramirez's blade. Jeez, wholesale slaughter. Ramirez, what have you done? I'm sorry, Doc. But I can no longer trust human. I'm sorry, Doc, but I can no longer trust humans. I can no longer remain here. Wait, Ramirez, where are you going? Goodbye, Doc. The Ramirez that you knew is no more. He died the moment I drew my blade against Admiral Mendoza. From now on, I will only believe in strength, and I shall only follow those with power. Wait, Ramirez! Ramirez! Yeah, he said it for me. Thank you, game! And so, Ramirez went to Galcian's side, and I believe you know the rest of the story. I had spent so much time with both Mendoza and Ramirez, and yet I could do nothing to stop this tragedy from happening. If I had only had the strength to stop him, Mendoza, Ramirez, even Maria, all of their lives would have turned out so much differently. Dog. I know, I'm going to stop living in the past. Just gotta keep looking forward and hope for the best. And besides, I think it's a blessing that I was able to save Maria from the burning wreckage of the Aquila. Aquila? That name? Wait a second there. Fina, you don't think... But I heard that some air pirates that were passing through the area helped save most of the crew after we left, though. Hey, Doc, Maria wouldn't happen to have an older sister, would she? Actually, she did. Wait, did I forget to tell you that? Well, unfortunately, she went missing after the accident. Nobody knows what happened to her. Poor Piastol. It's bothered me for years that I couldn't save both of them. Vise, then it's her! Uh-huh. There's no doubt about it. Maria and Piastol are long-lost sisters. We gotta tell Piastol. Piastol said that she would come to fight us again sometime. When we see her, we'll tell her everything we know. What she does with this information is up to her. Oh, no. Oh, come on. I don't know. We spent so long not progressing the story. I mean, we are progressing this story, but still. Oh, it is you, your Vise the Fearless. Welcome to the Sailors Guild. It's an honor. Buy and sell discovery information. The Land of Ice. You found what? Iceberg. Yes, I've heard rumors of it. Aurora. Yes, I've heard rumors. Southern Cross. You found what? Rainbow Island. You found what? Iron Star. You found what? The Mother Tree. You found what? Paper Airship. You found what? Sky Ladder. You found what? Tomb of Ice. You found what? Deep Snow. You found what? Man, that guy is getting his mind blown all at once. Feels a little unfair. Hello? Well, what the dingy-danga-do? Alright, well. New one. Lord Civilian Bane. The supposed leader of an infamous clan of bandits. Nothing is known about his true identity. Nobody knows where he is from. Little is known about his fighting tactics, other than his use of explosive powder. Avoid this attack at all costs. Well, that's that. Bye. Shabadabadoo. Shalalaloo. Alright, so the question is, do I muck about with the side quest stuff? Oh, I'm still not done that side quest with the lady and her meat. Her kebab. Where do we even go? Right. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go to where Piasto will be waiting for us. I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna get a feel for that fight. Because if that fight looks like it's gonna go on forever, I'm just loading the save file. Like, I'm just gonna let myself get cacked and reload. Hello? Ooh, fishes! Yeah! Ah, did I miss the colorful one? Ooh. Oh, I got it. Oh, didn't find her. Alright, well, time to go do some plot stuff then, because I'm not dragging my feet about this any farther. Let's just get this... Yeah. Boom. Ooh, you're right. Gotta look at that new fancy blade. Fire.
That was fun.
Yeah. Alright, let's get above the clouds, because Nah, that's not her. I want those fish. But I got stuff to do. Wasted enough time on all this hoo-ha. Right, we're not going into it itself, we're going below. Oh, hang on. Quick detour. If anybody remembers, way back near the beginning of the game, we flew over a spot that had a funky, big old vortex in it. And it begged the question of being like, what's in there, I wonder? We couldn't get low enough to the ground to see it. Well, not ground, but low enough to the area. What are you? Ooh, you have found the flying machine. An odd-looking ship whose origins remain a complete mystery. The fluid design and strange metals used in its hull have led to theories of a ship built on another world, and some even go as far as to say that it traveled through through areas without air. Pretty cool. Yeah, this old nightmare. Okay, that was spooky. Really? It doesn't count as discovery of its own. What are you? What's this place? Why are there buildings being built on an island way down here? Good question. Alright, well, bit of a disappointment. I thought we were going to get a discovery for looking at the big old vortex, but we are not. Deep fish. Uh-oh. Supposedly there's a network of underground tunnels. Underground tunnels. Gonna work your way through the lower parts of land to find them. Find them. Gotta find out where they are. Gonna try not to die. That is our mission right now, isn't it? Am I messing this up? Like... There is, in fact, an opening, isn't there? Tartarus is right around here, so you see. Nope, we're just at the back cliffs now. Hoxie doodle. Let's try again. That's just a big old hole. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a tunnel. Ah. Hello. Aha! You found the dancing lights. A natural phenomenon that can be seen underneath the Valuan continent. It is said to be caused by electricity from the yellow moonstones in the Valuan soil. Some say that it is caused by a giant creature that lies deep inside the ground. Ah, look at that good old sphincter. Alright. It's one of the few areas with an actual save point in the ship. Alright, let's check this out. Finally got us here after delaying so long. I'm gonna let this run enough time so that we can get a good old chunk of story and completion. Look at the size of those moonstones. Is Valua largely hollow? This place is enormous. I mean, you could always chalk it up to the representation of scale, right? Obviously, when you find the cities and whatnot that you go to, your ship is not relative size. But still, this ship is humongous. So if these caverns are to scale, This inner area is ridiculously hollow. I do like how a lot of the creatures in this change in various ways, like they're semi-oceanic, semi-like sky alien, and then there's just fun stuff where they get more like insectoid based on being underground or in weird dark places. A lot of really good thought went into this game.
Over there.
Nice. Should have attacked it. Like, that totally looked like a certain, like, bacteria or whatnot I've seen in, like, biology before. That's pretty cool. Shrill. Yeah, they get between, like, a mixture of, like, deep-sea crustacean / insectoids and, like, actual just, like, weird bugs and bacteria. I think it's really cool. Nice.
We did it!
As much as I have a lot of distaste for the Alright, well, there's a cave off to the right. Let's check out forward first. Nope, my gut's telling me go right. As much as I have distaste for a lot of the stuff that was like fashion or pop culture and whatnot throughout the late 90s, early 2000s, I grew up through it. It was not my time, not my jam. But I gotta hand it to some of the creativity and work that went into some of the artistic and entertainment pieces that came out at the time. There's some really, really good ideas and some really good creativity at work. Ooh. That looks kind of green. Just get rid of those guys. That's quite the sword. Ow. Ah, maybe it'll be better. Woo. Where are we for time? Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually get to the fight that comes at the end of this tunnel, or if we're going to have to stop. But I'll be trying my best to get as far as I can. There's a good chance we're going to run out of time. Yeah.
Here goes! Over there!
Hee hee. Yay! And what do we have here? Dexa seed. Oh man, that's right. I should probably start using those. Sweet. Got an item. But yeah. Nah, this game is a good one. It really is. It's got a lot of creativity in really great ways. And I would love to see a remastering or sequels or all that. I know, I say that almost every episode, it feels like. But I can't help it. The more I play it, the more I'm like, ah, yes, more of this. Yeah, it's not the diss on current games or their beauty and creativity. There are some spectacular ones that have come out in the last few years. In fact, we get a pretty regular stream of some good ones since getting past that mid-hump time period of the early aughts, as it were. They were not a great time for some things. And don't get me wrong, it's not like nothing was good. Just call a spade, there was some just not great stuff. It had a lot to do with the fashions and trends of the time, and there was that horrible downward streak where game developers were essentially shoehorned into a corner of, well, AAA companies, not specifically the game devs, but them too, really, by extension. Where it was either make something artistic and creative, or just outside of the pop culture expectation of the boom of the early 2000s trends, and risk a potential flop to almost guaranteeing a flop, or just go with the don't go against the grain, go with the flow, and make just another schlock and try to do your best to make it better than the other schlock. It was really a no-win scenario. And it was really nice to see things pull out of to see things that help pull the gaming industry as a whole out of that slump. It's hard to think that Breath of the Wild was, what was it? What, like 7 years ago now? Jeez. And that wasn't like the sole contributor to that. It's not like things weren't creative or good coming out around that time. But that was a huge game changer, and that did push gaming in a better direction, as it were. Though, as much as I love the concept, I'm not sad to see people stop trying to copy Breath of the Wild. Now, that isn't to say I don't want to see people trying to use that format, the big open world format, explorative stuff like that. That's fine. That was good. It's not, they're uncreative and they're just ripping it off. Like, nah, that would be like calling every platformer post-Mario just ripping off Mario. It's not about doing the same thing. It's about doing your version of the same thing well. And there was just too many of them that were trying to duplicate it, but not understanding what made it work.
That was easy.
One that was okay. Like, I enjoyed it a fair bit, and I'd even argue that it was fairly solid, but it was clearly missing the polish and the depth of understanding that made it work better, was Immortals Phoenix Rising, which, yes, that is a terrible name. It's a clunky name, and it did not do it a service. That's a fun game. It's colorful, it's got a good design, like, kind of well built, and it's got fun environmental stuff. It's got a good feel, but it does suffer problems. Undoubtable problems. Did I turn around and go through the wrong place. Oh boy. Well, let's find out. Am I the dumb? I feel like I am the dumb. I could have sworn I took the correct turn. Did I not go to the right? Fire will not do it.
Here goes.
Oh wow, that's strong.
Yeah.
But
Over there.
but yeah. As we're saying though, Immortal Phoenix Rising was a fairly good game. It was fairly solid, and I think what it needed was a little more time, a little more polish to round out its depth a bit more.
Prepare yourself.
Or I don't know. I'm not actually even sure. Like, I don't have any, what comes to mind, major complaints that I could, like, easily point out, being like, oh, this particular part was dumb, they should have dropped this, they should have done that. Not too much. But it's a solid example of not quite hitting the mark. One that I definitely heard praise of and have tried a little bit was Oceanhorn 2, particularly. Because I believe Oceanhorn 1 was an older Zelda format, like one of the 2D ones or more of the dungeony ones. Whereas Oceanhorn 2 was clearly doing more of the updated 3D Zelda stuff, and it's solid. And I couldn't tell you what stopped me from getting into it particularly. I just don't think it gripped me in the same way. Mind you, me getting all sidetracked and diatribe here. It isn't, I should clarify, it is not actually the same as the Breath of the Wild format. It does have a more open, explorative feel to its environments, but it's more like the older 3D environments for exploration, rather than Breath of the Wilds. So that's not to call everything that's open world the same thing there. That would just be disingenuous. Disingenuous? Whichever.
Here goes.
But yeah. Anyways, not to... I get all muddled up and could go on about this, but...
Over there.
It's... Direct to the point that I was saying, it's about doing that stuff right. Open world games have been done for a long time, and it's more about knowing what makes the exploration and the engagement with it good. What makes you want to be in it. Everybody loves Skyrim. I wasn't that huge on it, but I've never been big into the Elder Scrolls series, to be honest. I think that's just on me, because I enjoy similar games like the later Fallout series, 3 and up. Totally acknowledging that Fallout 1 and 2 and Tactics were completely different games. But, I don't know. The Elder Scrolls never gripped me much. I'm not sure what it is. I'm actually usually more prone fantasy than I am to doing modern or gun stuff. And as much as I love sci-fi, the grungy post-apocalyptic sci-fi is fine. I enjoy it sometimes, but I honestly like the more colorful, zany versions of sci-fi, especially if it's post-apocalyptic. Like, give me orange deserts with bright, colorful characters if we're going to have wastelands. But that's a whole other kettle of fish. It is. I turned around. I somehow turned around. Dang it, I am dumb. Here we go. Yeah, I swear I took a right, but I guess I was just facing the wrong way. I do remember that during Breath of the Wild's release, there was that weird comparison because at the same time, Horizon Zero Dawn came out. And it's so odd to me. I guess because they were both open world-ish games. Yeah, or not open world-ish, both open world games. But the people were trying to compare them, and the thing was that I would compare Horizon Zero Dawn with something more along the lines of Skyrim or Fallout 4 or... I think that's unfair because those are different. I would say more along the lines of the later Assassin's Creed games, which in turn got more open world as they went on too. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I believe that's the name of it. That's the one that is ancient Greece, right? Yeah, that one, interestingly enough, if I was to criticize it, one of the only things that is holding it back is that it is doing the nonsense plot stuff involving Assassin's Creed. If you took that part out and just made it a crazy story about a Grecian warrior amassing a mercenary company, I think that would almost do better. But, again, I'm not a... Similar to the Skyrim stuff, I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed. So, perhaps for a lot of people that story was great. Couldn't tell you. But the game, otherwise, definitely a good game and lots of open world stuff. But yeah, I'd compare that with Horizon Zero Dawn, and frankly, all Horizon Zero Dawn, Skyrim, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild, one thing that they all have in common that's really enjoyable is the exploration part. Or at least, to me, that seems to be the thing that really is universally enjoyable, is the sense of freedom to explore and to discover. And that gives a lot of investment for people. Not unlike how this game does it. I tied it back, haha! My ramblings have a purpose. But yeah, this game particularly is good in that regard, that it is a game that has a big focus on the sense of exploration and discovery, hence the whole Discoveries log. And finding those things. That's a big, exciting part of it, and it feels great to discover the things, all on the virtue of just going around. And the only way you're really supposed to get any kind of in-game information that something is there, other than visual cues of like, hey, what's that? Or, that place looks suspicious, is that the... Yeah, sure, why not? Is that the locals talk about stuff. You get rumors and things. I, of course, haven't really been doing that in this game because we've been kind of streamlining running through it, because I didn't want this to go on for eternity. Because being in this world is what this game offers for terms of gameplay and enjoyment. Otherwise, it is a lot. I mean a lot of battles and grinding. I have been cutting down on them by having the white map on at all times, by knowing where to go and knowing what to do, or looking it up so we can just not be wandering around forever. But the big appeal that makes this nostalgic and really holds you to it is that sense of exploration, is being in that world. So of course, when discussing that, that's why I bring up the open world stuff, the discovery things, the exploration. Understanding what makes that element of a game work and make it feel good is a huge part of making them be long-lasting games in terms of staying power for enjoyment, not necessarily infinite gameplay, which definitely is a problem of today. The problem of today for sure is too many games looking to give infinite gameplay options, which I get it. We want to have fresh content. And if you make an IP, you want that IP to be constantly desired and purchased. You want it to always be fresh content for people. But that's not what's gonna make it last. That's what makes it addictive or makes it a grind. And nobody wants to grind as a game just for the sake of prolonging a game's existence. We want a reason to do that. It's why almost always those types of games burn out. Like, you'll get the die-hard addicts and fans that just stay, but it will burn out. Skies of Arcadia is beloved, though it's a little niche. I think that has more to do with exposure and the fact that it came out on a dying console that promptly did die aggressively. And then the next console that it was ported to was a also not as widely taken up console. GameCube was great. I loved it. I loved the games on it. It is argued by many back and forth about how good the games are and whether they deserve more attention and praise, blah blah blah. But something it boils down to is it just wasn't as well received as other things. That's just a fact. Like, the Wii was mega popular, but it also was its own popularity, casual crowd kind of thing. It's just not striking the same kind of balance. Ah, Shazbat. Alright, I'm going to save and then go back down the other tunnel. I want to see what's down that other tunnel. And then we'll call it at that save point when I return to it. And then next episode, we'll start with a... You know what? It's not a spoiler. I'm going to bet boss battle. It's almost always the boss battle. But yes, as I was saying, the game just wasn't as well exposed due to a poor release on a failing console and a middling release as a port to another console. But it is a cult classic. It's beloved by those... is it a cult classic? I guess it would be for status. Anyways, it's a hidden gem that is beloved. That's because it has genuinely engaging characters, good writing, a good story pace, and a creative and imaginative world with fantastic variants of enemies and whatnot. And
We did it!
for all the story and colorful representation and fantastic designs, something else that just helps it stick is that enjoyment of the exploration, of going through the skies and discovering new lands and bizarre areas and finding things. It's just a great feeling. And that makes this game last longer than anything contemporary to it that just doesn't quite nail the feel. Sure, there's better looking games, and sure, there is more deep and complex games. Honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my head for terms of Sky games. There just isn't that many Sky Pirate games. We need more of that. Like, I love the design. This is a total tangent. I love the design, I love the concept. Air battles, tons of fun. Tons of fun, even though in reality, it's not that much fun. What was I looking up? Alright, I know what I was doing. I was going to change their magic. What was it? Sons of Icarus or something like that? Guns of Icarus. Guns of Icarus. Yeah, the Guns of Icarus. I loved that concept. Fun group game. Like Sea of Thieves, but for airships. Except Sea of Thieves is open world and has that wanderlust, that feeling of exploring and adventure and hijinks on the high seas. Love that. That is a great feeling. And that is an infinite gameplay loop game, but it does have that fun. It does have that enjoyment. That's something that brings me back to it. Otherwise, I'd never touch it. I like the design enough, and it's very pretty, and man, do I love me some good old, like, shanty pirate music. But I don't care for infinite gameplay. It just bothers me. Especially infinite gameplay that doesn't let me have a sense of accomplishment or progression on my terms. Like, no joke, Minecraft is one of my favorite things ever. Such a great game for me. Love building. I love the challenge of survival mode, of gathering stuff so that I can make my creations come to life in my mind, from my mind in those designs. with the limitations of having to explore and search out the materials and all that stuff. I love that. That is fantastic. I enjoy it so much. And that is purely gameplay and creativity that keeps that driving. And you know what? The blockiness is fun. It's just a fun aesthetic. But the difference of that is the gameplay is that good, so the infinite return, mind you, it has results, right? Like, I built something, then that's that. So the infinite gameplay loop isn't so bad. Sea of Thieves, but I would never touch it. But that sense of sailing and exploring and just going on the ocean like that, love it. Such a great feel. But that is what makes these games last, or make these games have such a great standing with people, is nailing the feeling that goes with the story or the game. Age of Exploration of the Skies, totally nailed in this, makes it so good. Breath of the Wild, a sense of freedom and open exploration. That got people hooked real hard. And me too. I love Breath of the Wild. It is one of my favorite games to go back to, just chill out and enjoy some wanderings and adventure. Mind you, been having to play it less and less because, you know, I gotta get other stuff done. I can't just keep playing a game that I've already done. The only thing I haven't completed in that, as far as I can recall, is collecting all the Korok seeds. My god, too many. But I still go back. I go back and I still look for them, because it's just that enjoyable to be in that world. Tears of the Kingdom as well. Enjoyed the heck out of that too. Mind you, it's basically more of the same, so, yeah. But yeah. And there's, of course, other games of different genres that do the same thing. Like, Street Fighter's a really popular series because they figured out how to give high-octane fight excitement in a fairly streamlined fashion. It doesn't feel realistically tense and skill-based like real fighting would be, but it feels action. It feels like an action movie fighting. Like, you know, just high-intensity fight sequence. I forgot to change the color. High-intensity fight sequences that, you know, get the adrenaline pumping, and it's like, oh yeah, so cool, like so hardcore, and like such a combo, that kind of thing. Combo fighting. It's flashy, it's splashy, it's exciting, it's good, and Capcom nailed it. They figured out how to make it feel that way. I would say Namco with Tekken did the same in concept for the opposite side of it. Ooh, I think that's enough moonberries for an upgrade. Yeah, you already got all yours, right? Right, yeah. Ooh. All of the enemies on screen. Revives, cures all adverse effects, and completely restores all HP of all allies. Oh, that's hard to argue against. And that's just a super big damage to one person. We already got one of those. It's between that one and that one. Oh man, that's a hard... I'm going with this one. Omega Cyclone. I don't remember that move. Yeah, nothing else. Okay, let's go. Dang it. Tekken nailed it for the intricate, detailed, like, fight choreography, hard physics fighter. It doesn't feel absolutely realistic and real, but it has enough of that feeling in it. When you get used to it and you really get into that combo, does it ever feel like that? Omega Cyclone. Yeah, let's check out this bad boy.
Yeah. Here goes.
not much of this. Oh, wait, here. Huh. I suppose that's why I didn't remember it. It had nothing to do with the cyclone.
Over there.
I wonder if that was a translation error, because that was definitely more of a comet kind of situation. Yeah, oh well. But yeah, boy does Tekken ever feel like that kind of like getting into it, intricate fighting, and understanding like each move and its value and the choreography of that. It really gets that feeling when you get up to the intense stuff. So of course that franchise has lasted. And you could say, oh, it's because it's the biggest names, but let's be honest. There's been lots of... Whoops, I didn't skip it. There has been lots of copycats of Street Fighter, and there's been lots of other hard... Well, actually not lots, a handful of hard physics contemporaries to Tekken, and they've all just not landed the same. And it's either because they couldn't duplicate the formula because of copyright... I forgot to change the things again. Duplicate it because of copying formula, or wanting to be identified in a different distinction. But a lot of it has to do with the physics of it. It just doesn't feel the same. Like for me, I didn't get into Tekken for a while because I didn't start out with a PlayStation early on, and I didn't have a Dreamcast till much later. So Tekken was outside of my reach and just outside of my purview for quite a bit. On 64, I had Fighter's Destiny. But that was a game that got really close to nailing that same feel as Tekken. I will say, Tekken is just superior. At least the later Tekkens are. They just do a better job. Fighter's Destiny is okay. It's a good sort of hard physics. It's kind of a halfway between the two, if I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, that should be fine. Don't need to do the second one. Oh, wow, she is getting very, very injured. I should do a big heal. Oh, I'll be darned.
Over there.
And that game is still a game that I like. I don't think I'll ever go back and play it very often. I mean, for starters, it's on the 64. I have no other means of playing it. It's not like it was re-released, and there's not a lot of great 64 emulation that would allow me to do so. And the emulation I can pull off, it's still just kind of like, It's a lot of effort. For what equates to not much result, I could just as easily go back to doing a, and she's all AoE. Cleansing, blessing, beans. Yeah, let's do some cleansing. Everybody awake. Mind Jack, and as I was saying, like, with it, it's a hard thing to emulate and to get right. And besides, I could just go play Tekken, which does the same feel with better characters. But that's the thing, yeah. Like Mario is another good example that I mentioned before. Like, it nailed that feeling of running and jumping. That pattern, what made those games really fun. Because there's tons of platformers out there, an endless sea of them. But the old school Marios stick out because they got the feel right. They also got the music right, a good aesthetic with the mascot and everything, but it goes to show that if your game isn't enjoyable to play and you don't nail the feeling, it doesn't matter how good the music or the visuals are, it's just not going to land the same. We've seen plenty of games flop for that exact reason. They look good, they have a fun, like they might even have a good story. A lot of the time they don't have that good of a story is the problem to go with it. But still, even if we get a like pitch perfect storytelling that just nails all aspects of the showing, but the game isn't fun, it doesn't matter. People aren't going to play it, and it's just not going to be that fondly remembered. There's also nuances and cultural stuff, of course. But, yeah. It's just a testament that the reason why some of these classic games last so long in people's memories and are so beloved is because they nail a specific aspect of engagement with the game that makes people want more of it. Anyhow, I could go on about this for hours, and we unfortunately do not have the time, and we are at the end of our run now. So I will say thank you everybody for listening and putting up with my babbling. I hope you have been enjoying this. I hope you come back to see the next episode to watch the big battle against the next Gigas, because it's going to be the yellow one, the big dangerous kaboomy one. The one that's so dangerous that it was physically sealed away in Tartarus. If you do enjoy it, these videos and all that stuff, which, hey, if you're new, thank you. And I apologize that we're not better, but thank you very much for engaging with us and enjoying it as you have. Please like and subscribe if that is the case. Every little bit helps. Comments even too, those are nice. Preferably if people are nice too, let's not be rude, if we can avoid it. And all that jazz. Socials are in the links below. Or, sorry, the social links are in the description below. Apparently some of them need updating, so I apologize if they don't work. And I will try to make sure that I am on schedule for next time. It has been a blast yet again. Thank you all for listening and watching. Take care of yourselves, drink water, eat food. Try not to let the heat get to you if you're in our neck of the woods. Alright. Bye-bye.